Are we witnessing a dynasty being formed right in front of our eyes? PSG draws the game today with Bayern Munich, but advances 6-5 on aggregate in back-to-back seasons to another Champions League final where they will be heavy favorites against an Arsenal team who, let's be honest, they play haram ball, they play anti-football, but you never know what happens in a one-off game, in a final. You never know who could be winning that one. I would not be that surprised if Arsenal wins that game. But we all have to be honest. PSG, they look to be destined to be going back-to-back after Kylian Mbappe has left the club. Has PSG gotten better? I would say 100%. Now, there could be multiple different reasons that happen. Can you all equate it to Kylian Mbappe leaving the club? Maybe. But we also have to just give credit to PSG and what an amazing transfer window that they actually had after Kylian Mbappe has left the club. They went 5 for 5 when it comes to the transfers that season. Whether it was them getting him in the summer or the Kvaratskhelia one that pushed them over the edge. 5 of those transfers are all starting for this PSG team in this game, in the semifinal against Bayern Munich. And let's be honest, this game for PSG, they were clearly the better team. They were the better team over the two legs. They went into Bayern Munich, a place that Bayern Munich is scoring for fun, is a team that has scored over 100 goals already this season in the Bundesliga, is one of the best scoring teams of all time, is one of the best front threes in the world. You limit them in this game to just one goal and comes at the end for Harry Kane. PSG deserve to be going through. However, I have to be honest with you, as a neutral fan, who has no party, who has no involvement, who doesn't really care exactly who gets through. I'm not even betting on the games, guys. Bayern Munich got screwed. Bayern Munich, this game, it could have been a hell of a lot different if the referee actually should have done what he should have done. And that would have been a second yellow card for Nuno Mendes for picking up a handball. It could have been a penalty in this game where João Neves hands the ball. I understand it was his reflexes. I understand all of that. What is a handball? What is a penalty anymore? What's a second yellow? I don't know what I'm watching. Even just as a neutral fan, I do not understand it. Bayern Munich, they were screwed. And if you are a Bayern Munich fan, if you were finding this for the first time, you were screwed. You have the right to be pissed off with the result. However, at the same time, let's be honest, this front three for Bayern Munich needed to do a hell of a lot better than they actually did today. Michael Olise, I was so disappointed with him. Yes, I think Nuno Mendes and him, I think it was a fantastic battle. But Michael Olise was nowhere close to the Michael Olise that we saw in the first round in this game over there in the Parc des Princes. Not even close. Harry Kane was quiet in this game up until the end. And Luis Diaz, when you were going against Zaire Emery, who's not even Hakimi, is not even a normal right back, you have to be exposing him. And so when it comes to Bayern Munich, yes, I will give you a lot of excuses in saying this game could have been a lot different if it would have actually went down just 10 men. Maybe if the penalty doesn't even happen. If it went down to 10 men, maybe this result is different. Maybe Bayern Munich is advancing to the finals. But at the same time, Bayern Munich, you have to look yourself in the mirror and understand you missed the chances. You were stagnant at times. In a team that is scoring for fun, you couldn't get it done at all. The finishing was very poor in this game. Everything from Bayern Munich was very, very poor. And you give PSG the opportunity early in this game. Kvaratskhelia, it's a beautiful link up between Fabian Ruiz and then Kvaratskhelia, and then he finds a Dembele. And Dembele lately, when it comes to these Champions League games, he is deadly. He gets on in this game and he scores once again. He will not be winning the Ballon d'Or. At least I don't think he will be winning the Ballon d'Or. But you cannot give these guys these opportunities. And that front three for PSG, the link up between all of them is so amazing to watch. Whether it's Doué, Barcola, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, the list goes on and on. It's amazing to watch. And realistically, front to back, PSG has the best starting 11 in the world. So many players, just as a Real Madrid fan myself, I would love to be seeing them come to Real Madrid, whether it's João Neves, Vitinha, we already know I would love to be seeing that. This team is just amazing front to back. And again, I think we have to be acknowledging what an amazing transfer window that this team actually had. They got Kvaratskhelia, João Neves, Desiré Doué, Pacho, and then they got Safonov, all in one transfer window. All 5 of them started in this game. That is the thing when it comes to PSG. How amazing they did, how amazing their scouting department did. The thing is with a lot of these players, these are not big names. They're coming from Benfica. They are coming from Rennes, Frankfurt. They're coming from Krasnodar. I don't even know where that is. All of those players have either doubled or even possibly tripled in terms of value for what PSG actually paid for them. The scouting department has been amazing for them. And not only that, you have to be giving Luis Enrique so much credit for what he has instilled in this team. It is relentless. It is passionate. It is amazing team football. There's no unselfishness out there. That is what PSG is doing time and time again. So they deserve to be going to the final, to be facing Arsenal. This game, honestly, did not live up to the hype at all. I was very disappointed, actually, when it came to maybe our expectations were unrealistic. I probably think they are, because the first one that we saw, when it was a 5-4 finish, that was an all-timer. That might be one of the best games you ever see in terms of the Champions League. I hope it's not. I hope we see even better games in the future. But that was back and forth. That was amazing football. But Bayern Munich today, they let us down. PSG, they knew what they had to do. When you get up early in this game, in the 3rd minute, you have a 2-0 lead, basically, going into it on aggregate. You know you just basically have to get through, get to the final whistle. And that's exactly what they did. Even though Kane scores in the final couple of seconds in this game, it doesn't really matter. Bayern Munich today, they just did not have the answer. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think you can be blaming actually a lot of players. For me in particular, I would be blaming Michael Olise. I was very, very disappointed with him. I will say, I think that Bayern Munich is very close to be going back and to be winning some of these Champions Leagues. But you have to get better in a couple of different areas. Alphonso Davies, he looks electric when he comes on in this game. He needs to be starting for them. Unfortunately for him, he can't stay healthy. Musiala still doesn't look like the Musiala that we saw pre-injury, what happened in the Club World Cup. You also have people like Leimer out there and Stanisic. Are they good enough to be winning the Champions League? Maybe. But when you're going against such a machine that PSG is right now, it's not going to be good enough. And again, you see it today. It was not good enough. João Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz were amazing once again in this one. Again, I think I cannot underestimate how good Pacho has become. Pacho, honestly, he might be one of the best center backs in the world. I'm not even kidding when I say that. You know, Gabriel, he gets the shine. Saliba, of course, he gets the shine. But Pacho, I feel like a lot of people are not just watching PSG on the regular. And I understand it, I guess, to a certain point. But Pacho has been amazing since he's actually come to PSG. I think it's been very, very impressive. I would also give a lot of credit to Safonov in this game. I think he was very, very good. Now, granted, some of the shots from Bayern Munich were not the best in the world. But overall, this PSG team, they knew what they had to do. They were electric out there. Did they get very, very lucky when it comes to some of the calls? I would say yes. I think they got very, very lucky. But at the end of the day, I do believe PSG was the better team over Bayern Munich, and they deserve to be advancing once again in back-to-back seasons to the final. Now, when it comes to the final, though, when it comes to PSG versus Arsenal, this is something that we saw last season in the semifinals, where PSG advanced to the final. Is a little bit different this year. Here's the thing with Arsenal. Arsenal can beat this PSG team. Do not get me wrong. Will they? Time will tell. The interesting thing is, this could not have gone better for Arsenal. You have one of the easiest paths to the finals that you could possibly have gotten. Let's be honest, okay? You beat Atletico Madrid, you beat a Sporting, you beat all these teams that are not very good, and you make your way all the way to the final, which is exactly what they should do. But they can be beating this PSG team, whether it is Haram ball, whether it's some of the ugliest football you could see. I could see Arsenal doing it, because Arsenal has been amazing on set pieces, on corners. And if they get an opportunity in this game and earn a penalty and go up 1-0, they know what it takes to win the game. They've done it time and time again when it comes to the Premier League. They can win this game 1-0 over PSG. If this game becomes a horse race, back and forth, I don't think they have a chance. I think this game could go just like we saw last year, where PSG absolutely boat raced Inter Milan. Will that happen, though? Time will tell when it comes to that. But I do think it's going to be a very, very interesting game when it comes to the final, coming up very, very soon. For me in particular, I would definitely be giving the edge to PSG. I think PSG right now, you just have to give them credit for what it is. They look like a dynasty being formed right in front of our eyes. They look like maybe the best team, not only this season, last year too. And they have a real shot to be going back to back. Obviously, they're in the final. But not only that, they have an opportunity to continue this going. They can get better this summer. They can go out there and add more important pieces. You take the talent that this team already has, and you go out there and have a transfer window. And understand now, PSG is a destination, not only for some of these big-time players where a Kylian Mbappe joined it, where a Neymar joined it, but you can go out there and attract any player in the world. They have now entered the stratosphere, in my opinion, of a Bayern Munich, of a Barcelona, and of course, of a Real Madrid. That is the level that they are playing at right now. Man City, they are one of the biggest clubs in the world. And if they would go back-to-back seasons, winning the Champions League, winning the French League, they have entered a different stratosphere. And this is a team that we might not only be seeing go back-to-back, but possibly even 3 times in a row. Something that we never actually thought might happen after Real Madrid did it. I could see it happening, but time will tell when it comes to that, guys. But what did you think about this game? Let me know in the comment section below. If you made it to the end, make sure to hit that subscribe button. A lot more content coming over here on my second channel where we'll be discussing not just Real Madrid, that is made for the main channel, but everything. Barcelona, PSG, anytime big games that are happening, Premier League games, whatever's happening, this is the channel for you guys. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment below your thoughts. I appreciate you all. Cheers.